Welcome back to the Talking Sports Podcast, hosted by Peter DiBiase and John Rocco Trumport, right here on YouTube. And welcome back to our weekly UnderDog Fantasy NFL Pick'em. And make sure you guys use code TSP. Go on UnderdogFantasy.com. Use code TSP. It's our Week 3 NFL Pick'em. Everything's in the description. How we doing, Jer?
I'm doing good. Unfortunately, Jets got the first loss last week, so that kind of stunk. But hopefully, we'll bounce back this week.
Yeah, let's not waste any time. And as always, make sure you guys use code TSP. Follow us on all social medias, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We hit 4K. Road to 5K begins. So, Jared, I'm going to start with you. What does your UnderDog Fantasy Week 3 Pick'em look like for this week?
Yeah, so UnderDog gives you a free one. Daniel Jones over half a yard. So taking that. So, let's hope it hits. You never know. And then Bijan Robinson, he's over higher than 23.5 receiving yards. His last two games, his only 2 games of his career, 4 receptions, 48 yards, and then 6 receptions, 27 yards. They utilize him in the passing game a lot. And then he's playing Detroit, which defense is looking really good, but their linebackers are a little shaky. And then they got Breece Hall over 46.5 rushing yards. Obviously last week he didn't do it. Dallas defense really good, and he only got 4 carries. I think they're going to come out in the Patriots game and just emphasize the run, give him probably 10, 12, 15 carries, splitting with Dalvin Cook, but I think he's going to be the main focus in the rushing game, and he could always break it out for like a 50-yard run or a 20, 25-yard run. And then I got Javonte Williams over 50.5 rushing yards. His past 2 games, 44 yards, 52 yards, and they're going against the Dolphins defense, who, when they played the Chargers, they let Austin Eckler get 117 yards, along with Joshua Kelly getting 91 yards. And then when in the Patriots game, Ramondre Stevenson got 50 yards. I think Javonte is a better back. And I think Sean Payton's going to really – the Dolphins' weakness in their defense is their rushing defense. They could get to the passer. They could, their secondary is really good. So I think they're going to really rush the ball, especially in Javonte is going to be the lead back there. So I think he could get that 50.5.
I love it. And as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all our social medias, and use code TSB, and we'll give you guys our weekly UnderDog Fantasy NFL Pick'em every week. So for my weekly picks, I'm going to start with Josh Allen. I have Josh Allen higher than 262.5 passing yards. He bounced back after a rough week 1 against the Jets. Threw for over 262 yards actually against the Raiders in a 38-10 win. He looked more comfortable. He looked like more himself. And we actually talked about off air. The Commanders are known for their pressure up front. They're more known for their defensive line, not their secondary. I think Josh Allen has a pretty good day against the Commanders. ETN, he has been up and down. He had a pretty good week 1, did not have a great week 2. The Jaguars offense struggled in a really winnable game against Kansas City last week. So I think higher than half a rushing or a receiving touchdown this week for ETN. And then Tony Pollard. He was very good in week 2 against the Jets. Against a really good Jets defense. He had about 16 fantasy points in most of the leagues. I think against a team in Arizona where it's not that good of a team, they're actively taken. They're not known for their defense. I think he gets into the end zone, either rushing or receiving. So I like the ETN, I like the Pollard touchdowns, and I like over on the 262.5 passing yards for Josh Allen. Okay, that is going to do it for us. Jared, before we get out of here, tell us where everyone can follow us on social media.
Yeah, guys, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Talking Sports PD. We're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We're going to be posting. We post our weekly picks on all our social media platforms. We're going to give it to you today, because today will be Thursday. We're recording this night before. But we post our weekly picks every Thursday. So follow along at Talking Sports PD, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Yeah, that is going to do it for us. He was Jara. I was Peter. And once again, this was another edition of the Talking Sports podcast right here on YouTube. We'll be back next week. Enjoy week 3. Thank you.